Yo, yo, yo! What's up, y'all? Welcome to the very first Third Eye Therapy episode, To See and Be Seen. This is the first of many, so let me introduce myself. I am your host, friend, and visionary leader, Monica. Alongside of me are some of my amazing co-hosts, Wardy from NOLA.
You heard me?
You heard me. And Corinne, a native from where America's Day begins, the beautiful island of Guam.
Half a day, everybody.
Half a day, skis. We are a podcast and media group recording straight out of Houston, Texas, home of the Players and Pimps.
H-Town.
Hold it down.
What it do? I will be featuring beautiful souls from all around the globe who have shared their beautiful energy with me, so please stay tuned. There are so many exciting episodes and videos coming. Disclaimer: Third Eye Therapy is a podcast. I and my co-host are not licensed therapists. If you feel you need a licensed professional, please reach out to one immediately. Our speech, content, dialect, and open communication is not meant to dictate your life or offer advice, but rather encourage freedom as a state of mind. What does it really mean to be seen? Or what allows us the ability to truly see others? Not just surface level, like visually, but deeper than that. They do say that eyes are the windows to the soul. But have you ever really been present with another and offered your energy, your heart, your spirit, and your purest intentions? And have you ever had that same energy reciprocated? Are you someone who is allowing yourself to really be seen? Ask yourself that. Really ask yourself. To be seen is actually a basic human need. To really be seen means we accept our vulnerability without limitations. We have nothing to hide. This allows us to be seen as our true, authentic self. Guards are down, and this is what makes us powerful. As the quote says, no one else is you, and that is your superpower. We gain this resilient spirit by embracing our fears, embracing our insecurities and vulnerability. Whatever hurtful memories, words, or things that have harmed or stuck to us and hindered our gentle spirits and minds on our journey are no longer holding us back. We then become more relatable with others when we feel as if we're understood. When we're gifted the gift of being seen, it gives us that willingness to be open with others and with no fronts. Deep down, we're all wanting and needing to feel a part of or related to a community of relatively like-minded individuals. This may be known to some as your soul tribe or close friends and family. This newfound sense of self makes you feel as though you're larger than yourself. An expanded perception of self helps our lives feel more meaningful, more purposeful, and it adds to our value. To be seen means you belong, you exist, you're accepted, and you're recognized. We become empowered when we're offered a little compassion and a little love, when there's a true willingness to recognize you and all of your purest intentions. That empowerment, though, that empowerment hits different. There's no judgment. There's no ill intent. Just another soul offering you that safe and secure space to be seen. We then are ready to shine. We're ready to take on what we may have always wanted to do. To some of us, maybe that's doing something we've always dreamt of doing. Or what we feel called to do. We find our sense of purpose, our soul's calling and mission here on this earth. We then find a deeper understanding of ourselves, and this allows us to really relate to others. It improves the way we view the world around us even. It improves our connections with others and how we connect, and really can improve the quality of our relationships and the interactions around us. Because we're then able to connect on a much deeper level. Being seen is also allowing others to care about our purpose and all the things we want to accomplish too. It allows others to really care about our place in this world. We then can freely give the same gift and make the effort to share what was given to us and redirect it and offer that same safe space and opportunity for another soul to be seen. Like mirrors, when someone sees you for who you truly are and adding something from their own intuition to your reflection, we gain this beautiful sense of self, and then comes unity. Unity is a state of being united or joined as a whole. How beautiful and powerful is that? To be united. So here we are, me and you and I, sharing this present moment together with the willingness to see and be seen. Was there ever a time in your life when you almost felt invisible? When you really wanted to feel seen, but felt as if no one was really trying to see you? How did that make you feel?
Invisible? Not really. It was more a sense where I wasn't top priority, or it was like once that person knew that I didn't need as much as attention, where then I develop feeling the sense of being the black sheep. Like still a part of the crowd, but offside.
For me, it would have to be when I started high school. At the time, I wasn't as outgoing as I am now. And so I spent a lot of time alone and reading books. I wouldn't say I was shy necessarily, because I would talk to people who talked to me, but I think because I was quiet, most people didn't try to engage with me. I remember a friend once dragging me around, introducing me to people against my will. She saw me and definitely wanted me to be seen.
I can think of many times in my life's timeline when I felt invisible. Oftentimes it felt as if I was dismissed. It left me feeling like I didn't belong. It was really hurtful. Of course, I knew people physically saw me, but oftentimes I felt as though they mostly saw only what I could do for them. Like, make them laugh, validate their feelings, empathize, or give advice. Not really seeing me or allowing that space and effort and really getting to know me and my heart, or to allow me to freely express the things that were on my heart and mind. I felt, in a sense, invisible for my gifts and my talent, not realizing that those were some of my greatest gifts and talents. I know that now. I always knew I never really fit into any certain social or professional category. I've always been more of an outsider. I've always marched to the sound of my own drum. I don't like to and never have conformed to what everyone else was doing. I knew I felt things a little deeper than most. And I adapted to how others around me perceived me. I was a joker. I loved to have fun, and this was my way of being seen. Even more so by being the life of the party. I did have and make many friends because I've always had that gift of connecting to someone else and my genuine love for people or sharing a laugh. But when it came to really knowing me, there was always some kind of cutoff. I never knew why. I thought maybe I'm too complex. So then I just started seeing people and tending to their needs, yet always dismissing mine. And I did this for years. It left me feeling alone and unhappy or invisible. People can say, whatever, you were definitely not invisible. You were seen. But my truth says, was I really though? When I started healing all parts of myself, I had to take it back to childhood and where I developed these codependency issues. What I realized as I've actively been doing the repair and work on my internal, I realized that I may or may not have been invisible for others. But that's neither here nor there. I learned I was most definitely invisible to myself. Once I flipped my perspective from the poor me mentality and filled my heart and soul by validating my own feelings first and relearning how to redirect those times of feeling misunderstood to not knowing where the root of these feelings came from deep within, I then became free from this illusion of being invisible. And then I realized how powerful I really was and am. And now I feel invincible.
That was awesome.
Thank you so much for hearing my truth,
Yeah.
guys, and everyone who is listening.
Yeah.
Whoever took the time that your intuition led you here to listen. This is how we really have viewed the world. This is how we see things.
I think a lot of people can relate to it because, you know, part of what shapes you is not having been seen, you know, because you know someone didn't see you, you did something to be seen, you know what I'm saying, or you changed yourself.
You
so
do.
that
You
could
conform.
Be seen the way you want to be seen.
Yes, you conform, and this is also like when people hide away on social media. They go on there to validate their feelings of who knows. I mean, what are you searching for?
What are you sharing for? You know,
Yeah.
certain things.
Yeah, that too. What is it distracting you from? Those are the questions I ask. I ask myself that too sometimes, even when I'll go do this, be present with myself, and I'll just go, disconnect.
Mm-hmm.
I won't check socials. I will have my phone silenced, off. I don't even know where my phone is. And then I just spend that time with myself, for myself, and it connects me to so much more like higher vibrations. I can't explain it. I can hear my thoughts so clear. There's no white noise needed. It's just, here I am, vibrating, catching these vibes.
What I'm stuck on is the feeling you went through stuck in yourself, still trying to be pleasing to everybody else's eye.
Yes.
Ooh, my heart.
Thank you so much
That's what my heart's stuck on.
Thank you for honoring that.
I definitely agree with that. Like, I feel like that's a big thing when you're growing up,
Mm-hmm.
because the people around you are who you're either trying to impress or make proud in some way, or not let down, right? So every action you do is kind of, like you said, conforming to what their idea of you should be, and less of like how you see yourself, you know.
Thank you so much for sharing those. Those are some hard, deep truths, and I hope that this will encourage somebody to really be able to also ask themselves the same thing. Here's a tough one. Was there ever a time where you were afraid to be seen because you didn't like who you saw? Were you withholding yourself from being seen out of fear? And how?
I definitely believe there was a time where I felt like I was afraid to be seen. I think we have all done things we're not proud of. For the most part, I kept that away from my home intentionally because I wouldn't want my brother or my sister to see me fucked up. I would get a call or a text checking if I'm alive if I didn't come home for a few days, and I wouldn't respond at times because sometimes I didn't know that I would be. And so that's, like, for me, a big time when I was afraid to be seen because I didn't like who I saw.
Yeah, I can relate, just from like a family aspect, like just being frustrated, overwhelmed, pent up, anger, and the only people that I can trust, but then it's hurting at the same time, was my family. So it's seeping out of it, and then it like brought a flashback. Like, I didn't want them to feel what I had felt, so I had to learn how to navigate around it, release it, and be better.
If I can answer that truthfully,
Let me hear it.
most of my life up until recently, I feel like I held myself back a lot because I'm someone who's always strived for perfection constantly. I always come off as very assertive, but internally, I was hyper-focused on avoiding failure before I even tried to allow myself to be seen. I have ADHD, OCD, and with that comes lots of anxiety. I battled a lot of internal pressures, and it's played out in a lot of my interactions, connections, and close relationships. When I was transforming and healing, I definitely withheld myself from everyone because I often sat in shame. When I released fear, I no longer stood behind the diagnosis in my mind that made me feel like I was never enough. And when life knocks you to your knees, you're in the perfect position to pray. And I remember I would say out loud as I was hidden away from everyone, God has not given me a spirit of fear, but of love, power, and a sound mind. My relationship with God became more prominent in my life when I felt most alone. That is truthfully how I was able to fully release fear and shame and offer myself the love that I always needed from myself and from God. There are different versions of you that live in the hearts and minds of others. No one is perfect. I realized I am not what any of those versions made me out to be. There's always room for change and growth. And it doesn't matter anymore because in the eyes of God, I was perfect in His eyes, and He makes no mistakes. Now, I can be present with another without limitations because I can redirect and channel that love that I receive freely and without being depleted. It's absolutely beautiful.
I think we all have a similar view on the fear of people seeing us in a way that we're not comfortable with them seeing or acknowledging us that way. You know, it's not who we look at and say, this is a person who I want people to see. It's not the person who I expect those people to appreciate. You know what I'm saying? And so for me, I think we're all people who, like, we have awesome personalities, in my opinion. We have awesome characteristics, but even we have been those same people who we wouldn't have wanted to been around, or wouldn't have wanted to see the way we were.
Absolutely. We were all collectively dealing with some kind of internal battle. Yes, and we're able to release those right now with one another. It's powerful. That's empowerment. And it's unity. And it's beautiful.
Yep. And those fears don't make you who you are.
Yes. You are not those fears.
Nope.
Were you ever too busy consumed in seeing and validating others that you neglected seeing yourself?
For me, not that I can recall. There's no way to say it and not sound conceited, but I love myself a lot. I've kissed the mirror or two. And I've never thought to myself that this other person is so important that I should focus on making them feel special at my own expense. I'm the main character to me. So.
Understandable. I'm a mother, so all my attention and focus is on my children and trying to sharpen them for the world that I wasn't necessarily prepared for. In doing so, it drains me. And even though they're so young, I want to get them prepared for whenever they have their challenges.
Yes.
So I want to make sure that their feelings are validated. Their actions are validated.
Yes.
Their thoughts are validated.
Tell
their
'em.
soul and heart, when whatever they do, is validated.
All that.
All that, baby.
As for me, as most of y'all know, I people pleased. And this was something that I could do well. This was also a trauma response. People noticed me. And they noticed what I gave off. But I felt at times before I was diagnosed with ADHD, OCD, and anxiety that even I wasn't aware of who I was. So how could people really know me? People can only meet you in the depths that they've met themselves. We often attract like-minded individuals because our reflection is mirroring parts of ourselves that are familiar. It feels comfortable. There were times where I just wanted to be seen for who I was and not what I could do for people. And because I had neglected myself and my needs for so long, I got lost in the sauce of seeking validation and breadcrumbs from people when I'd give all of my heart, and in return, I was often left depleted. And that is what left me in fear of being hurt once again. I would then get back in my shell, and I completely transformed mentally, physically, and spiritually, and even more so emotionally. Some people were able to see my transformation from afar, but I released the unhappiness. I released connections that had run their course, and as much as that hurt and I never wanted to or saw myself leaving anyone behind, I knew I had to find myself.
I feel you on that. And I've seen you go through it.
Yes.
That was hard to see as like a friend, and then the motherly side of me.
Yes, your nurturing side.
Yeah,
Yes.
and wanting to protect you.
Well,
Yes.
speaking on that, I had never thought about Corinne's point of view as a mother. right? So for me, I don't have any children or anybody that I have to take care of and make them feel super special like that, in that way, to where, you know, you're validating them. And so her perspective kind of opened my mind to, like, that is a very important reason to do that. Like, at first I couldn't even imagine why anyone would do that. And then you said what you said, and I was like, that's the main reason you would do those things.
Yeah.
You know?
Yes. And Corinne's a wonderful mother. Just watching you in action with your kids, you're so attentive to your kids, and your kids are so beautiful. Oh my gosh, she's got beautiful
Thank
boys.
you.
Yes, you're welcome.
But no, back to you, like,
Your kids are a reflection of you, you know?
yeah, they're wild too. So.
That's also I can attest, that's also a reflection of you.
Right? No, but like, to you, and like seeing you go through that, and like wanting to be the friend to speak up to protect you from that, but not overstep my boundary, that was hard for me to do. But I'm so glad that now your heart and your mind is open. Like,
Thank you so much for seeing that process
Yeah.
and loving me through it, and still sitting here next to me, supporting me in every way. I am so appreciative. I love how you always, no matter what, when you ask Corinne, it's always her seed first. Her kids.
Those little guys. What are they gonna do about, you know?
Yeah.
I'll be lost without them. I wouldn't be.
Think they'd be lost without you
Yeah.
too?
Be all everywhere. Towards feeling like having that for yourself is super amazing. You know what I mean? Okay, like,
That's a strength.
yeah.
I see it as I admire that, because I didn't have the courage
To put
to
herself first.
do that for myself. And so I admire that you do that, and how you do that.
Thank you. It comes pretty naturally.
And that's Wardy being 100% his authentic self.
Yeah.
And I honor you for being
Yeah.
your authentic self. Thank you
pretty
for
badass.
sharing that with us. And it is good to have that confidence.
Like, I'll validate people if they, you know, like,
Yeah.
are deserving of that validation, but not to my own detriment. You know, it's never a thought where it's like I'm doing too much and I'm not thinking about me.
Yeah.
Nah, I'm always thinking about me, and then
You set your boundaries.
Yeah, you're there. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? So you exist in my realm of reality with me. You know, and you're either like a cool co-character, right?
Yeah.
A side character,
Yeah.
right? Or you're a NPC. That means non-playable character. You like a computer.
Or like, there's a stage, but I'm on the pedestal.
I don't even want to say that
No, I
necessarily.
mean,
I'm
like-
on the pedestal.
in your
but we're in a
mind.
play. I may be the lead in my play, in my version of this play, right?
Okay.
Even if I don't have that role necessarily, I treat my role like it's the lead, and you know what I'm saying. And then I'm assisting the other people who are taking the play as seriously as me. You know, if I were to put it into on stage type of sense, you know.
Yeah.
Word.
Analogy aspect.
Definitely.
Do you remember the very first time you really felt seen by someone? And how did it make you feel?
Yes, and I'm very blessed to have him in my life. Just like looking at him in the eyes, expressing every emotion that I can feel.
Who?
My lover, Brandon.
What's up, B?
Yeah. And it made me feel safe, you know? Like, he won't use it against me, or he won't use it to hurt me. he'll just use it to understand me.
That's beautiful.
Thank you.
Shout out to B.
Yeah.
For me, it was in school. I met one of my best friends. Shout out to Hartenbrig. We had the same civics teacher, and this is when I was the quiet kid, you know. So we sat around each other in class, and one day we started talking, and we had the same chill vibe, and our friendship was just organic. You know, we could joke and rap about anything, and it made me feel awesome that there was someone so cool that I could be myself around without any pressure to change who I was. You know, it wasn't a popularity contest. You know, he saw me, and he's still one of my best friends to this day.
Nice.
As for me, I'll never ever forget the very first time I really felt seen on a soul level by another beautiful soul. It was magical. I was so closely studied. I didn't really even have to say much. It was as if my reflection and that person's reflection mirrored each other's hearts and souls back at one another. And we both loved what we saw. A true soul connection of someone who simply understood because they saw what I overcame and I saw what they overcame. It was powerful. It was distinct and special. It was confirmation for us both that we deserved to be seen. We are worthy of being seen. We belong, and we are accepted. It was empowerment. It was the greatest gift. And it really pushed me to embrace myself more and to really use my gifts.
So I think, knowing both of you now, I think because we were seen by someone, we allow ourselves to be seen more freely, right?
Yeah.
And I think one of those aspects is definitely shown throughout our lives daily at this point. You know, I make it a point for people to notice who I am. You know, it comes naturally at this point. But I feel like it took someone seeing me the way my best friend Trent did for me to be completely comfortable, because I know at the end of the day I have somebody who really doesn't care.
Yeah.
They always like me or always think I'm cool or always,
Yes.
you know,
Always
they
has
just
your
vibe
back,
me.
yeah.
And
And someone you can be weird with.
Yeah.
Somebody you can be weird with. It's like we're on the same wavelength.
Yeah.
Whether it's a homie, lover, or a friend.
Yeah.
Please tell your lovers and friends that Third Eye Therapy out here doing it again.
Or like it gets so in tune that when you're just hanging out with each other or just around each other, like you literally start to think the same thing. Like,
Yeah.
Definitely.
Like, were you in my brain just now?
Yeah, I have a twin, and we call my friend Trent our triplet. Like, he's our
Right? It's like once you meet that level, like it's just like I don't even have to say anything. That's how we used to speak.
Yeah. And we can tell each other when we're tripping.
Yeah, for real.
We can say, Tripping Craig.
Yeah.
Do you remember the first time we met? What did you see then?
The first time I met Wardy was at a party, and he was.
We met before?
Yeah, I guess you were
I
in
must
that
have been
time.
drunk.
And I'm more of that, you know, just observing everybody kind of space fill person. You know, wild guy, just partying out. And then now, whole different person. So it's going to be awesome to even see growth from him and more to come.
Yeah, now you get to experience his growth firsthand too. You
now
saw
I get
him
to see what you
had
see
your
in
own
him.
perception of him. Yeah.
And then Monica, we met at my first place of appointment out in Texas. And that's why you were my first friend. No, you, again, like I said, I'm an observer. So I was just feeling out the people, seeing who light aura I can blend in, not blend in, but more like I'm not cast over like a shadow. I'm like the light is brighter, you know?
You felt like I was gonna well receive you.
Yeah.
Yes. And I absolutely did.
Yeah, and we clicked off. And to see from 10 years ago, it's exactly 10 years.
Wow.
I know.
That's wild.
From 10 years ago till now, both of us, even though we did have our hermit times, where we like fall off for like 6 months to a year, but you know, we still checking ourselves. We both knew we were alive, and then seeing now, it's magical.
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Well, this is gonna be a little awkward because Corinne blew my mind with that one. I'm sorry, I don't remember meeting you that time. I used to be abusing substances, y'all. The first time I met Corinne, or remember meeting Corinne, is when she stopped by to talk about doing the podcast together, right? And, she walked in with a smile and happy energy, and it was awesome. And she was joking with Monica. I could tell she liked to laugh, and they like to laugh together, and that's always good to be around. I met Monica at a house party I went to with my brother. I was inside the house, and I'm positive I heard her laughing outside. I introduced myself and to everyone, and her energy was so positive and cheery. I knew we would get along great, and that was the start of an awesome bond.
Man, an amazing bond. This is my brother from another mother, honestly. I love y'all so much. A decade, Corinne.
A decade.
Wow.
I love you more, right?
Oh my goodness.
I know.
Yeah, I was, Corinne, you saw me you saw all of it.
Yeah.
You saw all of it. And when I saw you, I was instantly intrigued because I was like, she came from where?
Did you swim here?
I had so many questions. Like, did she come on a ship? Was it cargo space? Cargo space?
Run away?
Yeah. Yeah. And I was like, why did she leave an island to come to Katy, Texas? Wow.
I know.
And I think that was probably the first thing I asked you. Why did you leave an island to come here? I was so intrigued. But then as I got to know you, it was like you slowly, very slowly, and I creep,
just creeping down.
Yeah, you creep, you kind of let me creep in slowly, and you introduced me to your partner B, who I love so much. He is
the better half of me.
Both of y'all. Yeah. Y'all complement each other so well. Y'all enhance each other, and anybody who meets y'all instantly have that vibe together. Y'all are so powerful.
Thank
and
you.
So I love that, and that was another thing that I felt so fortunate of meeting, and you letting me into your family. So thank you so much for always treating me like family, and your family treating me like family.
Yes, always.
I love the island ways, and I'm so happy for the time that we've had together, and I'm looking forward to so much more. And for my brother,
You hear me?
Jafeel me.
Jafeel.
Brr, brr. Birds of a feather. However, I really wasn't about too much substance abuse. However, B, I didn't see you as that. I never saw you as that. I saw somebody who was so powerful, so much strength, a huge vibe. Wordy came in with some dreadlocks. He was locked up, not locked up in a he had some nice dreads. He was fun, he was funky, he was cool. He still is, even more now. And he came up to me at this house party. He came from all the way, being inside the house, He came outside to find me.
I had to step outside, see what's going on.
To introduce himself. He didn't. I was like, "Who are you?" And what's up? It don't even matter because I love you already. And it was an organic connection like that. It was like my soul saw yours, and it was like I knew you were gonna be my homie for life. I didn't even care where you came from.
Same.
And then whenever you told me where you came from, and you were seen by me, and you were able to be vulnerable and tell me your story, it was so well received. I loved it. I listened to you, and I embraced you. I really did. We hugged. And it was like, man, little brother, here you are.
Reunited.
And it feels so good. So now that we're all well acquainted, how have we witnessed each other's growth?
Well, with Wardy and I, since we are still fresh in each other's eyes, but just hearing your battles and overcomings and seeing you now, like, I feel you've come a long way and you're still gonna go a long way. With Monica,
Give it to me.
I know.
Give it to me, Rin.
I'm very proud of everything you've accomplished.
Thank you.
Your way of giving, you are now giving towards yourself. And you were a big giver in everything.
Thank you.
I'm so blessed to have you guys, to grow with you guys.
Thank you. Thank you so much for seeing. Thank you. Thank you for seeing that.
Well, I haven't known Corinne very long, but she seems to be a great mother and wife, and I know she's going to keep that up. She's got a really kind and sweet soul, and of course, you know, we can all use a little more growth, so I hope the best and most powerful growth for you. I've been seeing Monica go through a lot, and she's the kind of person who keeps pushing and doesn't give up, and she inspires me to be the same way. And I'm glad I could be a part of her journey, and I have complete faith that she will continue to accomplish great things in her life. She's a fighter, and I'm down to fight with her.
Thank you so much, B. I'm here to fight with you too.
Yeah.
All of the internal battles that you have shared with me, I don't take them lightly as a sister. I see your heart, I see your soul, I see your spirit, and I see that you're growing. And it doesn't matter what stage of growth we're in. You're always willing to put your best foot forward and keep it pushing.
Keep climbing.
And I admire your strength and your courage, because you teach me how to have that same strength and courage, and you encourage me also, and you keep pushing me, and you hold me accountable. And I'm so appreciative that you've been a part of my growth, and that you'll continue to be a part of my growth.
Thank you, B.
You're welcome.
We do that for each other.
Yes, I love you, dude.
I love you too, dude.
And Rin, Skeezer,
What's up?
Skeez McGee's.
Tell me. Tell me. I call it that. Excuse me.
I have seen a complete transformation. And I saw when you crawled into your cocoon. And I saw when you completely released and surrendered. And you turned it into something so beautiful. And you really, really showed the true nurturer and the nurturing spirit that you have. And it's so inspiring.
Thank you.
You're welcome. It's so inspiring to me because you're such an amazing friend, mother, and I see how you are your family's rock. And you provide that sturdy foundation for them. And I'm so happy that I was able to see when you surrendered to take that on and you held it so close to your heart. And your heart was able to reflect that true inner beauty and that powerful woman that you are. And that I always knew that you could be. So I honor you.
Oh my goodness, thank you.
You're welcome.
Made me tearing over here.
And I love you. Thank you for being such an amazing friend. I love you. Thank you for taking part. Yes. Squeeze this hand. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yes, thank y'all so much. Both of y'all. I love you both. Are you happy with being seen for who you truly are right now in this very present moment? And how do you want to be seen?
Yes, I am. I'm very happy with who I am now. I just want to be seen as someone that anyone can come to and just chit-chat their heart away. I mean, not tell me your whole life story, because I have a limit of what my brain can handle in your capacity, but to be open to my aura, to share each other's light, to give off each other's best version of ourselves. So I am very happy, and I'm very funky and weird, so let's get down.
She's saying, I have boundaries, y'all.
Yeah.
That's what she said. I have boundaries.
Yeah, you
but
have
also
to.
because you're such an empathetic person that you
Yes,
don't
I
want to
pick
take
up-
on.
yes,
I think that's more so
absorb.
like what you, it's like, it's not that you wouldn't be willing to.
No.
It's just that you are very deeply connected to their feelings and you can
Yes.
empathize. So it takes on a lot. And
Yes, the way.
yes.
I
And
need
you as a
to-
mother, you have to have your boundaries for your
Yes.
family too. You got to save that. I understand. That's good. That's good to have.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I'm happy with who I see myself as at the moment. I don't have any regrets in life. I feel like my life has molded me into the person I am today. You know, I could have chosen a lot different paths, and somehow I ended up where I'm at now, which is a great version of myself that I only see becoming better and
Yes.
better. And
This is only the beginning.
right, that's how I look at it, and I can appreciate that for me, you know.
More
So-
mirror kissing.
I love
Yeah.
that. Leo.
whole lot of freak shit. Yeah.
Jeffy homie. Well, as for me, am I happy? Yes. I am so happy. I'm so proud of myself for getting here to this present moment. I love who I have become and who I'm becoming. It has been such a journey thus far. I live every day with a grateful heart. I thank God for loving me when I didn't feel worthy of being loved. I thank the people that were much needed as a part of my journey because they were all mirrors of my reflection and what I needed to heal. They were some of the greatest teachers and lessons. I'm an overcomer. And I realize one of my superpowers is having a resilient spirit. And that's something nobody ever can take from me. Almost like a wounded healer, I have completely transformed pain to something so beautiful. And it's loving even more and even harder. and with so much more vulnerability and conviction in my heart to offer the gift of seeing and being seen. Where do you seek inspiration?
I'm going to give it up to my big man, Mr. G.O.D. God.
Shout out.
Yeah. Just going through everything and having time to be, like, to surrender yourself to him, to speak, to just open your mind and reading his word. Like, all I really want to do is love. So
Corinne said, Jesus is my homeboy.
Yeah. He tells me what's up, even though it's hard and it's going to be hard and it might get harder. I got you. You know?
Yeah.
So I'm safe because he got my back.
Always.
Like a butt crack.
I seek inspiration in the beautiful people I meet. I love to connect and to get to know others, no matter what they look like, what religious background, or the pain or shame they carry. I care about what others have to say. I care about how they feel and what they've been through and the tragedies that have played out in their lives, so that maybe I can offer some encouragement or some insight or a flip perspective so they can also be and feel free and share some love. I love all the people God continues to place and will continue to place in my life. I seek inspiration out in nature, where I feel most connected and offered the space to be free in nurturing my soul. And to admire and appreciate all the little signs and wonders, and the little animals and creatures that greet me and remind me of the beauty of living in this moment. We're all surrounded by beauty, we just forget to see it these days.
For me, inspiration normally comes to me through anime. Like, I feel like there's so many life lessons and tropes in anime that remind me of how diverse people's lives are, you know? And that spirit of not giving up in the face of adversity that's super common in most animes is like a serious driving force in my attitude towards life, you know? And so I get inspiration daily from different animes I watch, and you know, the characters and how they dress, even, you know, or their mannerisms, right? There's always a cool or different character that's got a different little vibe going on, and you're like, wow, that's different, you know. And then, you know, so that's one thing for me is anime. I resonate deeply with that art.
That's what's up, B. How will you practice being the change you wish to see? And how will you inspire others to see and be seen from this day forward?
I believe in leading by example. And just by being the best version of myself, I'm being the change I wish to see. It starts with you. And I would say to the people listening to be yourself and don't worry about what other people think. There's your reputation, and then there's your character. And building your character will positively impact your reputation. And you will be seeing how you see yourself. So change your perspective until you're happy with who you see in the mirror.
Nice. All I can really say is that really giving my all to change is to think before reacting, think before speaking, think before even really thinking and jumping into everything, and being the better version of what I was yesterday, even 10 minutes before.
Well, and that's also releasing control, because a part of growth is realizing that we only have control of how we respond and how we react.
And so, like, I pray and hope to inspire people to just be the most authentic person that they can be to everyone, so that they can shine their light. So I'm giving you my most authentic Corinne from the island.
Yes.
100.
And I will continue to inspire others by using my voice, using my gifts, and also the Be Present Challenge. Hashtag Be Present Challenge. I want to challenge you to disconnect from society, social media, for one day or more. See how long you can go and connect with yourself. Connect with your heart, your thoughts, and really be present with yourself and or the people you're surrounded by. Learn to be comfortable in your own silence with zero distractions. No TV, no music, nothing to influence your thoughts. And if your thoughts are a scary place to be, ask yourself why and go spend some time outside. Remember to be gentle on yourself. Practice grounding, prayer, or for some meditation. Get some sun. Engage in an outdoor activity. If you have pets, interact and be present with them. If you listen closely, animals are some of our greatest teachers. Remember to treat your body good. Eat something clean for the days of your challenge. Hydrate yourself. Work out or fast. Groove a little bit. Dance a little bit. Sing a little bit. Connect with your inner child. Ride a bike. Paint something. Create your art. Do what once made you happy. Interact with your partner. Interact with your children. No tablets, no phones. The purpose of this challenge is to challenge your regular ways of doing things. To really see if you're living in the present. Watch how you transform and how you engage with the people around you. Pay attention to all the little signs and wonders. Maybe then you'll embrace your fears, your vulnerability, and allow yourself to be seen for how amazing you really are as a whole. And then maybe you'll challenge someone else to be present and to be seen. Who do y'all hope this reaches?
I hope this reaches kids in school, maybe, high school, later in school. Mm-hmm. Someone who, is still discovering themselves, someone who doesn't feel seen, someone who wants to feel acknowledged in themselves and who they are, and they don't necessarily have anyone around them telling them it's okay that you're you. It's life is a long journey, and you're gonna be different throughout it. The person you are today isn't the person you have to be tomorrow. So I hope it reaches a younger audience, the people who can change themselves.
I want it to reach everyone's depth of their soul. I want it to shake it so that they know it's okay to be shook.
Yes.
And that you have people that been shaken up that knows how to at least keep sturdy through the rapid waters.
Yes.
And it ranges even the old folks, It's time to let go, because what happened back then is not happening now to the kids.
Yes. Yes. Preconditioned thoughts.
Yep.
It's okay. Also, I want this to reach any and everybody who is led to click play.
Yes.
your intuition or your support or your love that is channeled to whoever's voice that y'all recognize, or who our voice's frequency has touched,
Vibrated into,
caught these vibes. Thank you for everybody who's caught these vibes with us. I want it to reach you. I want it to reach you, any and everybody. This is a community and a circle of love. This is a safe space for us to freely share with one another. And as we grow together and gift each other the gift of healing, the inspiration, we share the laughs, the wisdom, the knowledge, the understanding. Somebody else is going to relate to us and feel maybe how we each felt. And it doesn't matter what part of your growing process you're in. It's always remembering to keep moving forward. It doesn't matter the pace.
And it might even help you help somebody else.
Yes.
Like, you see their struggles, but you have no right way to approach it or right way to address it. And
Self-awareness.
Yeah.
It's self-awareness. And, you know, we all have grown up with different backgrounds and in different times even, you know. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm 87. I was a child of the 90s. There were different times then.
Yeah. Still.
92, baby.
90. So we're all a good.
Yeah, I mean, there's a good range. Yeah,
There's a good. Different.
Yes, and we've all witnessed different times that, and different times were like epic moments.
Yeah.
In our society have changed.
And being from different backgrounds and different understandings to come together as a collective.
Yes.
To help.
Yes, and to bring that love and send out that vibration back out to everyone else. I couldn't think of more powerful souls to do.
This is the journey.
This is only the beginning, y'all. We have so much more to go, and we're definitely going to be including and incorporating so many other people and voices, and we want to know you. We want to hear you. We want to embrace you just as we have just embraced one another.
Come on in.
Yes, everyone is welcome. Come on, come all, whoever you are, wherever you are. We love you so much.
We appreciate you for listening.
Yes,
Thank you for taking the time to share this space with us. We're going to be interacting with you on the socials, Facebook and Instagram. We'll have lives that you can join. If you have something to share or would like to be featured, you can do so by visiting our website and click connect, or simply go to our contact page or slide in our DMs. We can't wait to hear from you. Yo, thank you so much for tuning in to our very first Third Eye Therapy episode. We hope you loved it, and we hope we've left you feeling empowered and inspired to see and be seen. We love and honor each and every one of you and are so happy to have your listening ear present. We're hitting the map on all areas of the globe, y'all, and we can't express to y'all enough the love and gratitude we feel for everyone who's checked out our website, who have supported, followed, liked, shared, or subscribed to us. So thank you for being a part of our community and joining our circle of love. We have so much more inspiration, love, and joy to share with y'all, so be ready to be inspired, stay inspired, and to continue to inspire others. And as always, we're encouraging you to be present, be free, and be the change you wish to see. We love you, and we'll catch y'all on the next one. Peace, blessings, and one love.